Chasing the rabbit, down we must go. Where does it end? Nobody knows.
You've got to hand it to the Rothschilds. When it comes to world domination, they really out-monopolied monopoly. Meanwhile, the rest of us are out here bartering our souls for decent Wi-Fi. Some families pass down recipes. The Rothschilds passed down central banks, global influence, and an uncanny ability to remain anonymous in every textbook that matters. Most billionaires just buy yachts. These guys, they bought nations. Respectfully, that's the kind of generational wealth you don't learn about in school, and that's kind of the point. Imagine pulling the strings of civilization without ever being elected. Imagine funding both sides of wars, designing education systems, and shaping global medicine, all while staying hidden behind veils of respectability and philanthropy. Welcome back to Norse and Wonderland, where we look under the floorboards of history to see who's been living rent-free in the walls. Today, we explore one of the most powerful bloodlines never taught in civics class, the Rothschilds. Just remember, everything here is presented for educational, critical thinking, and fictional historical entertainment purposes. Allegedly. It all started in Frankfurt, Germany in the 1700s. Mayer Amschel Rothschild wasn't royalty, but he found his way into their financial confidence. He sent his 5 sons to key capitals, London, Paris, Naples, Frankfurt, and Vienna, forming the first intercontinental banking cartel. The Rothschild business model? Fund both sides of war, ensure repayment with interest, then influence peace negotiations to secure assets and favors. In short, profit from chaos. This wasn't conspiracy. It was just smart business. Cold, calculated, and ruthlessly effective. What made it revolutionary was their use of private central banking, issuing debt-based currency to governments instead of relying on monarchs' coffers. Over time, their financial influence morphed into political gravity. They didn't need to run for office. They just owned the chessboard. Through central banking, Bank of England, Bank of France, and others, they became power brokers in every meaningful geopolitical event. While they didn't own the Federal Reserve directly, their financial networks laid much of the groundwork for its creation. They expanded into mining, railroads, oil, and eventually commodities like gold and diamonds. Companies like De Beers and Rio Tinto weren't just businesses, they were resource monopolies. Control the banks, control the wars. Control the resources, control the rebuilding. Control the rebuilding, and you're suddenly the quiet architect of a new world order. The Rothschilds, like the Rockefeller cousins, poured money into shaping universities, especially in the UK and US. But education wasn't about enlightenment. It was about standardization, obedience, and materialist frameworks. They didn't want thinkers. They wanted workers. Through institutions like the Frankfurt School, critical theory and social programming were introduced, not to liberate minds, but to confuse, divide, and standardize. The Rockefeller-Flexner Report redefined American medicine by discrediting natural healing and replacing it with pharmaceutical-based treatment. The Rothschild-Rockefeller alliances ensured this new model got funding, institutional support, and legitimacy. Medical schools pivoted from energy medicine, herbalism, and root cause healing to symptom management, patented drugs, and lifelong customers. Again, not because it was better, but because it was profitable and controllable. They didn't just fund nations, they built frameworks for global control. The League of Nations, United Nations, World Bank, and International Monetary Fund all share the same fingerprints. Centralized control, extend loans with strings, and shape national policy from the shadows. Debt became the leash, compliance became the collar. Controlling the press is the final boss move. The Rothschilds, alongside other elite families, held controlling interests in global news distributors like Reuters. When you own the headlines, you don't need to hide the truth. You just smother it in 30 pages of distraction. Is it a conspiracy if the beneficiaries are never punished, the pattern is never broken, and the story is never told? Or is it just the system doing what it was designed to do? Today we call it the global elite, but it's really just updated feudalism. Debt, dependency, synthetic food, algorithmic media, standardized education, managed healthcare, and hyperinflation, these are just new names for old controls. The Rothschild family may not headline Forbes anymore, but their legacy lives in every central bank, policy summit, and transnational loan package. Invisible, unaccountable, unrivaled. Today's reflection questions. Why do we treat banking systems as boring background noise when they shape everything we touch? What would a world of decentralized, sovereign currencies and local education actually look like? Have you ever wondered why questioning power structures is instantly labeled a conspiracy? Who does that labeling benefit? Today's affirmation. I reclaim my clarity. I see the systems beneath the surface. I honor my ability to question, discern, and choose sovereignty in mind and spirit. Thanks for journeying through the halls of hidden history with me today. If this episode helped you zoom out and see the larger chessboard, share it with someone who's waking up. Follow Norse and Wonderland for more explorations into hidden history, elite agendas, and the forgotten truths that shape our present. And just for the record, I'm healthy, happy, not suicidal, and very careful when I cross the street. If anything weird happens to me, consider this your breadcrumb trail.
Chasing the rabbit, down we must go. Where does it end? Nobody knows. Hurry up now, we're running out of time. You better keep up or get left behind. Norse and Wonderland.